What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Hill Heat. Who better? Nobody. This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero, and if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to them boys.
Hey guys, it's Thunder Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble episode 190, Spiked, reviewing last night's March 19, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 58,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. As always, he is Jimmy Macram. Why do you have like a sniper symbol on your screen? What the hell?
It's the brightness.
Oh, there you go. I was like, is Punisher outside your building? Is outside your house?
I appreciate the warning, at least.
Like duck, duck, Ricky.
A football player doesn't know how to zigzag. Fucking idiot.
He ran straight.
Outrun a bullet, you fucking idiot. How are all of you? I assume most of you won't get that reference. Fucking coons. But I'm.
Oh, wait, we're doing this
The
already.
opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm joking. This time I am joking. That doesn't make you that. You got to be like Swerve or somebody for me to call you that. I didn't mean it. But hello. I hope you all are doing well. I'm all right, I suppose. A little ornery, maybe, but I'm all right.
Feeling a certain way? Sir? Well, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Let's drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite. Whether you like it or not, we always appreciate your opinions and always try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen with us here, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. And we've set a goal that yes, we will be doing our monthly Q&A next week. If we hit our goal for this week, we'll do a Q&A this week, and we'll be doing a Q&A probably following the True Heel Heat flagship podcast on Saturday, since you guys supported us greatly last Saturday with Lyric as our special guest. I'll probably be doing one following this week's True Heel Heat. But me and Jimmy, if you want a Q&A with us, for the members of the channel, you can send a super chat donation today. If we hit our goal, we'll be doing another Q&A next week. And next week, we've already planned out. We plan on doing a Q&A where we will give our best matches that we've ever seen live. Jimmy has a whole week to think about all the shows he's ever been to, because right now
a Q&A. Now that I think about it.
Well, we're gonna take questions and we're gonna answer them, but we're also gonna be giving you our best matches that we've seen live. Yeah,
same Q&A. I give you the question, then I give you the answer.
Yeah, exactly. That too. But we do have a super chat donation to start us off here. This was given to us early before we even went live. Our homeboy Genesis J, thank you so much for the support. I think he sent a super chat like right as the show was going on, which is hilarious. I love him for that. He says, Genesis J says, I guess 10 out of 10 show. TK apologized for Revolution main event. I got no complaints. Athena incoming. So he gave this super chat probably after the Mercedes tease of Athena.
What do you mean TK apologized for the Revolution main event? You mean with the show, or do you mean like he actually apologized?
Well, I think he meant with this show and the fact that Mox and Cope was not the main event of the show.
Oh, that's not how that fucking works. That's number one. And number two, it's a dumb idea on top of it. This should have main evented, you fucking idiot. I love that. Not you. You're not an idiot. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. But
I appreciate the women main eventing.
Well, I don't. Well, then you can go right along with TK. What a terrible fucking idea that is. You actually have an exciting fucking big time match in the middle of the fucking show, and then you end with something that's not a main event. Incompetence at the highest level.
I appreciate it. He's putting the women at the forefront.
He's putting the women in a fucking terrible position. I know a setup when I see it. Let me tell you what's going on. That rating's going to spike, so to speak, for that fucking big match between Edge and Moxley. Then it's going to fall.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
It's going to fall off a fucking cliff for the women, and then he's going to be like, "See, this is why." I know a setup when I see it. Knock it off.
Well, the main event always has a fall, it seems. So
it has not always been the case. It has not always been the case. It's only been the case for the last 2 years. I'll give you a hint why.
2 years.
Fucking incompetence.
Well, we do have a new member, or a member once again, Alex Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for all your support, becoming a member once again. And we also got another. We got to show Genesis J some love with a bumper here. Let's give him
I'm serious.
one of these.
I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Cocaine, the hell of a drug.
And then we got another super chat donation from our good brother Vala B. Thank you so much, Vala B, for the support as always. So we'll give you the mic so you can
speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani, what the hell is wrong with you?
It's Tony Schiavone's best moment in Dynamite history. Vala B says, been enjoying the whining, bitching, and moaning about the Spike spot like they didn't know Jon for quote unquote for the love of the game Moxley was meeting Spike. It literally subverted expectations because as soon as Cope introduced Spike, we were like, oh, this is just gonna be like Janice from TNA fame with Abyss, where he never really used the weapon, and only time he did use it, it was off the camera because it's a board or a bat with nails in it. But Jon Moxley said, "No, fuck that! I'm gonna take the spikes to my back." This dude could have been impaled.
I doubt that. It's a violent spot. I enjoy watching it at the very least. It's his body. Do what you want. Feel free.
I did too. I don't know what was worse, him actually taking the suplex on the spikes or when Wheeler Yuta tried to pull it out.
I think it was a pulling out. That was rough.
Yo, his skin being pulled off.
Holy shit. Go ahead.
My jaw was on the floor for like 5 minutes. I had to wait till the match was over to pick it up. I was just like, I was selling it. I was selling that spot at home.
I mean, good on him. The best part of his title reign by far.
So good. So good. So good. Yeah. This might have been the best match he's had of his title reign. It was so much better than Revolution. It was like, but you probably couldn't do this match on that show. So you couldn't do that match after the Hollywood ending and the steel cage matchup.
No, you couldn't do this after that. So perhaps, wait a minute. Why couldn't you do the match after the Hollywood ending? I wouldn't, but why couldn't you?
Because it's too similar, and like it's a plunder brawl with weapons and a gruesome like spot like that. Like I think that you can't do it on that same show, and you definitely can't do it after the Hollywood ending and the steel cage match.
All
right. We got in the chat here, King Potato says his body, his choice. Also
certainly
true. We got Power Drive Finisher says Speedball bumped the rating up. He says one of the greatest Dynamites yet.
Jesus. Oh, take it easy.
He was happy. We got Ace who says, "What's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chet." We also got Annika who says, "There's my Moxley. You ever told you to deviate? Tell them to shut the fuck up." Goddamn. We also got
one
here
fucking bat to the back. Everybody forget your fucking sins against humanity. This is fucking ridiculous.
Pretty much. All you have to do is almost impale yourself for the love of the game.
Wrestling fans should be nuked on site.
Jesus! Why do you have to go so far?
I'm trying to save the population, sir. You're worried about fucking human rights. Nuke these guys.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Don't you understand we're at a fucking crossroads in history? The population's IQ is going further and further down. You don't think wrestling fans bear some responsibility for that, at the very least? Why these cocksuckers off the planet? IQ of the fucking whole planet will go up at least 3 or 4 points. At least 3 or 4. I'm here to help.
Jimmy Macram.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Not all. I mean, all of them. Yeah, sorry, they're not all bad, but we can't take the risk that some of the bad ones will survive. So we gave her all of them.
No, you got supporters in the chat at least.
Thank you, King Potato. He understands what time it is. Like, for example, if there was like dogs in your neighborhood that had rabies, you'd have to put the whole neighborhood down. Are there some dogs without rabies? Sure, but can we risk it? Can we risk it? I don't think we can. We gotta go. I'm here to help.
This mouse on this new laptop is too sensitive. Like if I move a certain way, it'll just back up. It went back. So that's how I popped out here. But we got Balabi who says Jimmy just be saying shit sometimes.
Listen, sir, I like you too, but you get nuked. I don't know what to tell you. It's just how that works. I know you don't want to be, and you're mad about it. I understand. You got to go.
We also got Alex Fitzgerald, one of our members, saying, "This is the Mox I love, man. Gave me Omega versus Mox Full Gear vibes with that spot. It was very reminiscent of him getting suplex off the stage into the barbed wire web from Full Gear 2019. Yes, but this spot was more gruesome than a barbed wire web. It was more gruesome. Him standing up because he sold it. I don't know if it was selling, but he definitely put the spot over more by standing up with it just sticking out of his back.
Yeah, that was gruesome. Not selling, but you're actually in pain. You're not really selling. You're just in pain. It's gonna be a long show. Good Lord.
So you got AD in the chat, AD Carver, who says, "Hey Jimmy, how are you?" They just said "fuck me," and they said hi to you.
Not gonna lie to you, ma'am, quote unquote, you give off bot vibes. No disrespect. I assume you're here to sell something. No disrespect.
Oh man,
I'm good.
Balabing says, I was like, you just didn't even answer the question. We got Balabing who says, like, I fully believe Spike is gimmicked. They're dumb. They're not that dumb. It's not gimmick. It's obvious it's not gimmicked.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by gimmick. Like, it's not super sharp. They dulled it a little bit, maybe, but
maybe they did that. Great. Yeah, like it's still stuck in his back. Like if it was gimmicked, it wouldn't stick. If it was fully gimmicked to the point that it was a dull point to the nails, then it doesn't stick. Oh man. This actually episode of Dynamite almost wasn't gonna happen because of the blizzard in Omaha, Nebraska. But they actually had a good crowd. And what did you think about the crowd last night for Dynamite?
They were good. They were fun enough. I mean, they had a whole bunch of wrestling, and if you show up during a blizzard, you're probably a wrestling fan. So good on you.
Very true. Very true. When you weren't supposed to drive, and Moxley drove 10 hours in the snow to get to this arena, to almost get impaled.
Good on him. He's a soldier, clearly. Not very good, but he's a soldier.
Not a very good soldier. Anything from what happened?
How long was that match?
I think it was 17 minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Edge's match is always fucking long.
I know.
That shit.
And that's what made this. That's what made this one better. Is because it wasn't a half an hour.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna check right now. Oh no, it was 22 minutes.
That's a little closer. Yeah. I love that. You've all forgiven 21 and a half minutes for a fucking 30-second spot. It's insanity.
No, it was. I felt like the match was overall more entertaining and especially it had to do a lot with the crowd being into this matchup in comparison to the Revolution match.
I mean, overall, a terrible blowjob is better than a root canal, but That doesn't mean it's very enjoyable. No offense.
Thanks,
Yes.
sir. Thanks. Appreciate that. All right. Anything you want to discuss from around the wrestling world before we get into Dynamite this week?
No, I don't think so. I don't think anything of note happened. Off the top of my head.
Outside of John Cena's promo?
Fantastic promo. Not what I expected, not what I would have booked, but it worked for me. And Stephanie Vicaire having 2 matches upcoming. This should be fantastic. This should be NXT from here on out. Just 2 match Vicaire until Queen of the Ring, where she's called up. Please and thank you.
Do you think she retains next week?
She should. She should do this for like 3 or 4 times and then lose. It should be like the Orange Cassidy story told right. She just gets more and more exhausted. Defending the title twice.
Basically, it's the Jay Lethal story from Ring of Honor a couple of years ago when he was Ring of Honor TV champion, Ring of Honor World Champion.
Trying to use something that somebody saw. But all right, sure. We'll go with that. Jay Lethal, yeah, sure. Ring of Honor.
Not this era of Ring of Honor. This was back when it was actually
what? Yeah, actually, also not watched differently. It's differently not watched.
This guy's a jackass. We got Power Driver finisher. It says Daredevil latest episode was tight. Had the best scene of the Daredevil series so far.
Yes, that's a great scene. I loved it. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Indeed. Or go check out Jimmy Macram's YouTube channel where me and him will watch it for you. So go check it out. Annika saying, we keep saying this. Let Cope keep it close to 20 minutes and he's fine. It don't need to be 20 minutes, to be fair.
10 is fine with me. Gotta skip that opening brawl, which bored the shit out of me. It makes no sense characterization-wise. Moxley runs away and then blows his chest up 5 minutes into it. What are we doing? Are you scared or are you not scared? What exactly are we going for here?
I do give extra points for a street fight that starts in the street.
Yeah, I guess.
I appreciate them keeping to the stipulation at hand. We got another super chat donation here from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for the support.
Listen up, you prick.
Alexander says, Mox drove 11 hours to get to the show because of the snowstorm just to take a spike spot. Laughing emoji, cringe emoji. Mox is wild for that. He's Jon Moxley.
It does feel like he takes his position. He takes wrestling very seriously. It seems like he takes his position as a cornerstone of the company even more seriously than that. I appreciate it.
I do too. We got Annika who asks, what does Jimmy think of John Cena's explanation on Raw?
It felt like something he had ready for about a decade, and he copy and pasted it and just scratched out 15 years to put 25 years. Math is also a little funky there. But the man hasn't been booed for a long while now. It didn't quite work. But if you ignore all that, it was awesome. Because Cena's a great promo, and the crowd was hyped. And it worked. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Unrated Raw review, I said the only thing I would have, outside of all the different elements that he basically just ignored, like the Rock Association, Cody, WrestleMania, going for number 17, the one thing I would have fixed is that he should have addressed, yeah, you guys have been cheering me for the last 5 years, but I ain't won shit. So that wasn't working. So he needed to end the toxic relationship to start winning again.
Better than Hogan's. Stop it. No,
it's not.
No.
You're wilding, Alexander. That's some heavy recency bias. He says, I've been seeing a lot of people say Cena's heel turn and promo is better than Hogan's heel turn. Hogan was so much better. Yeah. Hogan's initial promo at Bash at the Beach is like his best promo ever.
Yeah, he's on one. And it's so good. And the crowd, this crowd was hyped. The crowd is losing their fucking minds. Now, the turn in of itself, while great, kind of has the same problem that Cena's has, which is he goes away for a few weeks. But
we at least get the vignettes. We at least get the NWO vignettes, like I think 2 weeks later.
Yeah. We'll see. Cena's got time. We're off to a great start here. I'm gonna need this WWE is just too don't want to say homogenized, don't want to say glossy. Like it's a shiny product. I'm not sure if you could pull off the Hogan thing nowadays. It felt dirty, kind of disgusting.
Yeah, like there was a grittiness about WCW back in 1997 that you're not going to get from WWE.
No, never, ever again. And it makes you very sad. I ain't gonna hold you.
You have to go all the way back to like 97 to see gritty WWE.
Yeah.
98 too. 98 is there. Then 99 it becomes very soap opera, swerve to swerve people type of shit because Vince Russo is off the deep end in 99.
It does feel like two different people. Like at the end of 98, I think that's when Austin puts Paul Bearer down the sewer. I was like, oh, we're really jumping the shark here. But fuck it. Yeah, you know what? I like that take. 99 is probably when it goes up to deep end.
Yeah, I would even go as far as to say that Russo was on a great 2-year run, and then the magnum opus, his peak ever, is Survivor Series Deadly Games. It's Deadly Games, and then it's all downhill from there. especially when he like a year later he goes to WCW. It's all downhill from here, guys.
I was gonna say, did you see WWE's list of the heel turns, the best heel turns?
Yes.
I know he's a scumbag. I understand this idea. I get it. How do you not have Rock Survivor Series? How do you not have Austin 01? I know how you don't have it because Vince involved in both. But still, how can you not do it? These are top 5. What are we doing here? Oh, good Lord.
I think Vince Montreal Screwjob is one of the greatest heel turns of all time.
That one.
That's top 3. I put that in my top 3 for my list. I was like Vince Montreal Screwjob. That's one of the greatest and most important heel turns of all time.
Yeah. I get it. How long do we have to wait for Vince to be involved again? Is it just done forever? No Vince. Wouldn't be shocked.
Benoit.
But this is Vince. With disrespect.
You won't see the WrestleMania triple threat in any of their lists.
Yeah. This is the end of the Attitude Era. The Austin turn. And The Rock is like dead center in the middle. It's the second fucking supernova being born. Why you just pretend like it didn't happen? Whatever.
So you go to SI.com and you support SP3's 10 biggest heel turns of all time because I had both of them in my list. Yeah, Alexander, 100%. That's why I had Hogan joining the NWO. I was like, Hogan joining the NWO, I don't think it will ever be topped. That's the greatest heel turn of all time.
Yeah, no, it's so important. And remember, this is pre Stone Cold and pre Rock, so this is the biggest star in wrestling by far, and it's not particularly close. So dope.
Yeah, and it literally took the number 1 spot from WWF, which WWF had for like from Vince taking over in 1982 to like 1996. The WWF was the number 1 company in the business.
It really is a perfectly put together angle. It's Hogan. It's the 2 coolest wrestlers on the planet, Hall and Nash. It's just perfect. It's so dope. I'm gonna go back and watch the Nitro.
Facts.
What?
I just need.
Oh yeah.
I do like to watch the WCW Nitros in Orlando following that, because that shit, when they show up backstage and start jumping people, oh my god, that's so the only thing on the show. They spend like the next half an hour just oh my god, Elizabeth's crying backstage.
Or like some manager comes down to the ring and tell everybody, yeah, they're backstage, and everybody stops fighting each other and leaves. It's so good.
Yeah. Jimmy Hart coming down and being like, "Stop, guys! There's a big."
I'm trying to win this match, cocksucker. What do you want? Oh yeah, I'm not a babyface. I'm not a heel. I hated that part. I told SP3 I hated that part right away. I don't know what we're trying to do here. I hate it. Yeah. I'm a human being. If he just says I'm a human being, it's funny, and I'm here for it. But I can deal with the rest. Or maybe I'm not a heel. I'm a human being.
It's a great promo, especially if you look at it in a vacuum. It's a great promo. It just has a lot of issues out of the vacuum.
Yeah, we'll see what he says on Monday. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. All right. AEW Dynamite kicked off from Omaha, Nebraska. We saw a glimpse of outside, all the snow piling up outside the building. And we kicked things off with our number one contendership matchup, the finals of the AEW Dynasty International Championship Eliminator Tournament, as it was Ricochet versus Speedball Mike Bailey versus Orange Cassidy versus Mark Davis. This one was wild and fast-paced from the opening bell. Don Callis joined the commentary team. Speedball got a loud chant as the match started. Callis calls him a scumbag for being from Quebec. Cassidy plays early mind games, slowly somersaulting into a one-man stalemate that got a holy shit chance before a lightning quick start from everyone involved. Davis was sent outside. Ricochet faked a group dive. Bailey lit him up with some speedball kicks in the early going here. Showing off his speed in the early going as well. Then we get Orange Cassidy came in and he started doing lightning fast little kicks and hands in his pockets. Bailey tries for a series of kicks, which Cassidy avoids and counters, both men kipping up, only to be pulled outside by Ricochet and tossed into the barricade. Taking too long posing, Bailey flew in with a baseball slide Hurricane Rana. Davis picked his moment and cut off a dive and powerbombed Bailey on the edge of the ring. He caught a diving Cassidy and planted him with a back suplex. Ricochet literally hit and ran, allowing Bailey to get a roll up for two. Davis no-sold some Bailey chops and demolished him with one shot of his own. Cassidy suffered the same fate. At this point, Ricochet grabbed Callis's headset and said that he's not stupid like Shivani, who would charge right into the ring. He's about picking his spot. I thought Ricochet was a great heel throughout this matchup, just being the sneaky little heel that would come in at the right time, even though Mark Davis was dominating everyone involved. Ricochet tried to steal a pin on Orange, only to be launched outside by Davis. Speedball and OC tried a double team, but were thwarted with a series of sentons by Davis. Cassidy tried for a stun dog, but held Davis down enough for Speedball to come in with some flying knees to the back. Ricochet and Speedball took turns hitting standing shooting star presses as the match started to break down until all three opted to go after Davis. Ricochet wanted to take a breather, but it backfired as he was fed to Davis himself, who ran down everyone into the break. Davis controlled nearly the entire commercial break. OC finally hit a suplex to a huge pop, showing off his power as he did the Hulk Hogan the power spot and pose here. Ricochet went for vertical, allowing OC to hit a deja vu head scissors, but Ricochet countered and hit a spinning DDT into a Northern Light suplex. While going for a roll through, Cassidy countered with a stun dog millionaire, but while holding his right arm as commentary questioned his torn bicep, if a bicep was torn at this point. Bailey hit a dive outside on Ricochet and Davis. Cassidy rolled through on a Hurricane Rana for a 2 count. We get a roundhouse kick and a Falcon Arrow from Speedball, who went up top for a big shooting star press for a 2 count. Davis pulled Speedball out of the ring, but was met with a diving Ricochet. Then Ricochet hit the shooting star press on Orange, but only got a 2 count. We get a handspring kick that sent Davis back outside as Speedball was back in and ate a combo of strikes and turned inside out on a lariat from Davis. Ricochet hit a powerbomb into a DVD for a 2 count, but Cassidy recovered to hit a spinning DDT and drop Speedball with the beach break. Davis returned, missed it into Guri. He ate the orange punch, but only got a 2 count as Ricochet flew in with a springboard lariat to Orange. Speedball and Ricochet were left alone, throwing wild kicks and counters until both were mowed down by Davis hitting a big lariat at the end. The finish comes when Speedball gets Davis in the corner. He does a backflip double knees roundhouse kick to the head. As Bailey was going for a backslide, Ricochet jumped into the ring. He does a leverage pin with his feet on the rope as Bryce Rensburg counts to 1, 2, 3 as both Speedball and Ricochet pin Davis at the same time. Referee Bryce told Justin Roberts that both Speedball and Ricochet had won the match, even though they argued and tried to say that each man had won the match themselves. Bryce makes the decision to name both men the number 1 contender, so it will be Speedball Mike Bailey and it will be Speedball Mike Bailey and Ricochet winning this matchup and moving on to AEW Dynasty, where they will challenge Kenny Omega for the AEW International Championship. I thought this opener was a bunch of fun, a lot of great performances throughout. Like I said, I thought Ricochet was great as the sneaky heel here. Speedball was ridiculously over. He was fast-paced, a lot of exciting moves from him. Orange Cassidy played his role well, but I thought that Mark Davis came out of this matchup looking the best because this was one of his best singles performances since signing with AEW. So good match to start things off, and it sets up a very, very intriguing matchup, the 3-way at Dynasty, as Kenny Omega will defend the AEW International Championship for the first time. What did you think about this opener here?
Can you put that back up? That's the random complaint. Why are their names not centered? Why is Omega so close to Speedball name-wise and fucking far away from Ricochet? Sorry, this bothers me.
This name freak, this guy's a complaint about the space volume.
You take any Photoshop classes? What the fuck is this? All right. Which is weird because if you've ever seen their posters on Twitter and stuff, their Twitter posts are fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
This was a good match. It was a fun match. Selling was wonky, but what are you gonna do? I too thought Mark Davis came out of this looking the best. I mean, looking the best is strong. Wrestling the best. I can't quite say looking the best. He looks like a child. He's got like a baby's body and like a 6'4", 250-pound frame. It's just so weird looking. Taz is like, he's got a big butt. Yeah, big butt on that guy. Right.
I was like, whoa, that was wild.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I knew something was off. I couldn't quite put it, but yeah, you're right, sir. Thank you.
He's got a big posterior, yes.
Yes. I didn't mind Orange Cassidy, who usually bugs me, and Ricochet and Speedball here. I thought they worked well in the 4-way format. Ricochet being the character work, Mark Davis being the actual work, and those two being fun. I'll say. Match probably went too long for me, 5 minutes too long, but enjoyed it. Good match.
Fun way to kick things off, and already.
I gotta complain. I'm sorry, I gotta complain. How the fuck is this what's called to make this a triple threat? How does that fucking work? Why is the graphic ready? What are we doing? I'm so annoyed. I'm so bothered. It's not like the match is tomorrow. Just have fucking Speedball and Ricochet wrestle. Oh, okay. Never mind. Because we got things to do. Fair enough. Whatever you say.
Because we need Ricochet to do the character work on the build up, and we want to give Speedball something because he's new here. Gotta give him a big pay-per-view matchup. So both win. And we said it last week. We was like, it's either gonna be Ricochet or Speedball winning, and that's why I messaged you right after the finish. I was like, well, they gave us what we both wanted.
I was like, what does he mean by that? I'm gonna watch the match yet.
I did notice that you didn't see any of my messages, so you watched this after it was live. So I was like, I could only imagine him seeing these messages because I don't give anything away with anything I say. It's kind of like me live tweeting.
Yeah, good match. Solid opener.
Seems like we're all in agreement, even in the chat. We got Alexander Fitzgerald says, good four-way. Mike Bailey is being presented well so far. We got Annika says, so this is Mark Davis. Hopefully they give me more Chase. He was awesome. That one-handed powerbomb was beast. Him grabbing Orange and just slamming the fuck out of Speedball. He was working like a 1997 Vader, not a 1993 Vader.
I was gonna say Scott Norton because I love dropping Scott Norton whenever I get the chance. I love Scott Norton.
That's a good shout. That's actually a good shout.
Power drive. That's what I was about to say. I mean, these are really small people. That one-handed power bomb was really impressive. It's Orange Cassidy. It's Orange Cassidy. I mean.
There you go. And I love Annika saying that Kenny Omega's pythons are too big. That's why he needed the space.
Look at the pythons, brother.
24 inches. 20 inches.
We're not off to a great start here with this Omega title reign. I'm sorry. This is going to be for Omega versus Bums, huh?
Omega versus, how is Ricochet? Now Ricochet's a bum?
When I say bum, I mean people who shouldn't be near the world titles. It's shorthand for that. Instead of saying
Ricochet's
that,
one of the best heels.
I know how you didn't go against what I fucking said. No, people who shouldn't be near the world title is what I said.
Ricochet should be near the world title. He's one of the best heels.
Stop it. What kind of unserious company you run if Ricochet's gonna run around with your fucking belt, with that hat, and then sports jacket? Knock it off.
That's a great look. It's a great look, sir.
Yeah, comedy heel. I'm here for it.
I see you've been dressing Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd this morning at the New Japan Cup. He came out with a Yankee fitted.
I love that. These culture vulture ass niggas. And you can't escape this shit. It's impossible.
Next, we get a video package of the Hurt Syndicate, our AEW World Tag Team Champions. Nigel McGuinness narrates this video. He calls them Walking Armageddon, as we see highlights of their successful defenses of the title so far and hype up for them. They didn't announce anything in regards to what's coming up for them, but just to remind us that the Hurt Syndicate is still around, and this picture looks beast.
It does. What was I going to say? We're on the clock. We're on the clock. That's all I'll say.
I agree.
I feel significantly less hyped about this than I did when they won the belts.
I agree. They should at least be doing some title matches like every 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. Yes. Or at least not even title matches. At least have one of them wrestle. Have Shelton wrestle and beat up a bum. Just to remind us that they're still here and they're still around. They don't have to they could save their title defenses for big TV shows or the pay-per-view, but let's have them on the show, guys.
Please and thank you.
But that set up our next matchup, which was our first title match of the show. Mercedes Moné defending her TBS championship against 19-year-old Billy Starks, the former Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Commentary put over Starks' brief success in AEW, which was mostly in Ring of Honor. We get a nice highlight video of her past few years over in ROH. Excalibur is also really driving home Mercedes' undefeated streak in AEW, standing at 15-0. Big match intros from Justin Roberts as Starks offers a handshake early on, but Moné decked her into the ropes and paintbrushed her head repeatedly. We get a snap Mayor into a Meteora, which got a quick near fall for Mercedes as Starks fights out of the corner, hits a tornado DDT. She signaled for a top rope senton, but Monet bailed outside. So Starks met her with a tope suicida through the second and bottom rope. And then she hits a somersault senton off the second rope to the outside. Big dive there. She hit hard on the mat too. Back inside, Starks goes up top, and she does hit the top rope senton flush right onto Mercedes' ribs. Monet in serious pain. She kicks out at 2. Starks wanted the driver, but Monet escapes into a backstabber as she dispatches of Starks to the outside and headed into our first commercial break. Things returned with Starks wanting a tombstone, but Mercedes countered into basically a lung blower tombstone combination, which was nice for a close near fall. Excalibur put over. Yeah, that looked even better than the Moneymaker for sure. Starks we get Excalibur putting over that Starks had a 4.0 GPA in high school while still wrestling, as Taz pointed out that his was a 3.9, and Shivani called him a GPA Jones. That was a nice little that broke everyone on commentary and even me at home. Monet was dominating. She wanted a 3 amigos, but Billy countered right out at the end into a neck breaker on her knee, which looked really nice for a close near fall again. Crowd was loudly into Billy at this point as she hits a rolling elbow and then a high stack German suplex for a 2 count. We get Monet caught a charging Billy in the corner and did a face buster into the buckle, but Starks avoided the Moneymaker, hit a pump knee and a spin kick, but Monet followed back with a discus lariat and a double down that got a big reaction from the crowd. Great sequence there. Stark slid through a backstabber attempt and got a near fall on a roll-up as the ladies started trading near falls for a bit here. Starks then gets up and hits the John Woo drop kick and a violent water wheel drop into the corner. She again goes for her Starks landing driver, but Monet is able to get her foot on the rope just barely as Starks almost got the win there. At this point, the crowd is very into this matchup. This is awesome chance. Starks went for a somersault senton off the top rope to the apron, but Monet is able to move out the way and Billy crashes and burns hard, landing on the edge of the ring frame. Monet then pulls her back into the ring. She gets a near fall on a crucifix pin and then goes right into the statement maker. Billy tries to fight, but she has no choice but to tap out and submit. Really damn good match. I thought this match would be good. I thought this was great. This was a great performance by Billy Starks. Really strong showing here as Mercedes Monet. I think this was Mercedes' best TV match since signing with AEW. I think this was just slightly better than the Hikaru Shida match a couple of months back. Well, last year. I thought this was her best TV match yet and a really strong showing for Billy Starks in her first big matchup on AEW TV since her success in Ring of Honor. Later on in the show, we get our usual Mercedes Monet and Renee Paquette backstage. Renee Paquette is very happy for Mercedes picking up the win and asks for her thoughts on the kid, Billy Starks. She says that the kid put up a great fight tonight. Monet questioned who trained Billy. Whoever trained her, if it was her, Starks would have, if it was whoever trained her doesn't know what she's doing. And if it was her, Starks would have had a better chance at winning tonight. She then crackles, saying that who she's kidding. No, she wouldn't. There's no stopping the money train. And she's now, actually, she was 16-0. She's now 17-0 in AEW competition, asking Renee to confirm. And Taz says that Mercedes is so likable. Sarcastically, of course. Like I said, I really enjoyed this matchup. This delivered in a big way for me. What did you think about Billy and Mercedes?
Really good match. I'm going to forgive Billy Starks for almost killing Mercedes on one of those spots.
With the Starks landing driver, yeah, that dropped her right on her head.
Good Lord, what are we doing? And no, I don't add points for 1920. What's that do for me? I didn't put you in there. You put yourself in there. I don't give how great she is because she's 19. I don't give old points. I don't give young points. I just give points. And it was a really good match, a good performance in the ring. Backstage, however, it was his ass as always. Is she the greatest? Is she the greatest in-ring wrestler who people feel the need to feature on the microphone a lot? Because they didn't feature Benoit a lot, just when they had to. I don't understand all this mic time Mercedes gets. Does Tony Khan not watch the product? Now listen, I would have been under the same umbrella. If you'd have asked me, it's over a year ago, who's the best mic worker of the Four Horsemen? I said Mercedes. I would have said Sasha. Easy, and it's not close. Then you would have asked me, okay, name one great Mercedes promo, and I would have said I would turn to fucking Tony Soprano, the Thing, with the guy, obviously. It's ass. It's been ass. I'm sorry. I know, sir. Didn't you hear me say good match? Didn't you hear me say great worker? What do you want from me? To pretend? I don't pretend. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
I thought the backstage was fine. I just like her throwing shade and teasing at Athena.
That's what this is about. Go ahead.
Yes, it's about Athena. It's about Athena. We need our fallen goddess on AEW TV. Please and thank you.
Run a video package. Please and thank you.
It's happening. Yes, Annika gets it. It's happening. It's happening, y'all. We got I Make Beats who says this was really good. Hard landing on the apron for Starks. Ouch. We also got Alexander who says that spot with Starks flipping Mercedes down looked brutal. Looked like she landed right on her head. She landed on the back of her neck, which is almost as bad.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
We got some birthday love for Sting in the chat. What do you think about Sting, the report about Sting possibly being called up by WWE to induct Lex Luger? What do you think Tony Khan should do?
What do I think he should do? I think he should bluff and try to get something in return. And if Nick Khan calls us bluff, he should cave. I think as long as I would say, okay, here's my non-negotiable. My only non-negotiable is Sting can't be used to be advertised for the show. He can do the introduction, but we can't use him to advertise. Sting's going to be here and introduce Lex. It's got to be he just shows the fuck up and does it. Because I can't see you getting anything you want. I saw somebody say give them AJ Styles for a night. That's not happening. That's not happening. That's not. No. You take the Miz with the Miz?
I would just say don't do the shit you did last time I let one of my talent go to the Hall of Fame where you call me a pissant company that you're gonna buy soon.
That is like a Tommy.
Like a bare minimum. Like that's a bare minimum you could ask. Like, please don't fucking try to bury my company.
I forgot about that. Yeah, all right, never mind. That's my two non-negotiables. No advertising, and you can't bury me. You can't even be kind of mean to me. No. I'm doing you a favor, you cocksucker.
Exactly. Oh man. We got I love how everybody's like let them do a crossover match at GCW. No, fuck all that. Like that helps GCW. That don't help Tony Khan or AEW.
Yeah.
Ninja Mortis has got to say AEW on the screen.
What plan?
I don't see WWE doing that shit.
Yeah, why? I don't understand this. Have you guys forgotten how close this was a couple years ago? Now it's not close. I'm gonna put the knife back in the motherfucker's hand. Why would I do that? No. It's non-negotiable. No.
We also got here King Potato saying that match gonna happen earlier than All In without a proper bill because Tony is an idiot. It's probably both ladies want it to happen at All In Texas, and we all know Mercedes is a politician. She'll make it happen at Texas.
Isn't one from Texas?
It'll probably Athena's from Texas, and it'll probably be for not only the TBS title, but it'll be for the Ring of Honor title, so she could end her streak and her 2-year run.
Oh my God. Whatever. I don't even. Whatever.
Five belts, Monet. We also got Alexander who says all the counter programming WWE is doing this year. TK better get something in return. Have Sting promote AEW All In. No, Sting should just do that off GP if it's really about that.
Please don't do it.
They're gonna let the fan that tackled Bret Hart. They're gonna let him through to tackle Sting.
I was going to say
AE, and he only gets the AE out, and then the fan tackles.
Don't play with that, man. Don't play Nick Khan. You play with Triple H. Don't play Nick Khan. You end up dead somewhere. Please stop playing. Them old psychopaths don't play.
Also, I was gonna I think we talked about this in our chat, but what do you think about the reaction to Triple H's boy, Jey Uso, and the harsh reaction he's getting on YouTube for this past week's Monday Night Raw, where he got what I think it's like an 83% dislike rate on the video of his matchup with Austin Theory. And then a lot of videos have circulated about his botch with the Tope Con Hilo, where he top dollared himself, where he tripped over the top rope. And then also Michael Cole calling his spear a running crossbody because it was that bad.
I would suggest that you and people of your ilk enjoy it while you can. Because next week he'll come out and he'll get a big pop and they'll be cheering, and then we'll be back to business as usual. Enjoy the week, I suppose.
People on my ilk. I think Jey Uso is going to win the World Championship at WrestleMania.
Okay. You sound like you're what's the opposite of frothing at the mouth?
No, I'm actually no, not even close. I just said that I just find it funny that people are going back. Well, mostly WWE fans are going back and forth. Some saying, "Oh, he's not a good wrestler. He's not ready for the main event." Then there's the other side that's like, "Oh my God, the Jey Uso hate is so forced and lame, and nothing's changed." I was like, something has changed. Triple H has booked him horribly on the road to WrestleMania. That's the thing that's changed.
I thought you said you liked those Gunther segments.
They were 4 for 4, and now they're 0 for 3.
How's that horrible?
Huh? He's booked them like a mid-card title program, and it's supposed to be the WrestleMania main event.
It's not the WrestleMania main event. Stop playing games. And
but it's supposed to be. He won the Royal Rumble.
So did Nakamura. That's not how that works. What was I going to say? Yeah, he's the same Jay he's always been. He's fine. He's impossibly over. I don't get it. It is what it is. I'm not entirely sure what you guys want from me. It is what it is. And no, 4 for 7 is not horrible. I'm not letting you get away with that. That's not how that works.
Well, it's like you're 4 for 4, but you put up 20. You were putting up 20 points per game. And then you went 0 for 3, and you've been putting up like 0 points per game.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Of course, you're gonna jump out the window. Stop it, Skip.
So you went from a 20-point average to a 10-point average.
Jesus fucking Christ! I'll get to you in a second. No, I'm not giving you 0 points. Don't do that, Skip. It is what it is. Just have Gunther win, and we can all move on for life. Okay, what Rikishi has to say. We get a special question. Oh, yeah. Game sucks 2023. Why are you so angry? I don't. Let's say I don't understand.
And if you don't like AEW, why did you click on a video talking about AEW to just be toxic and negative about it? That's cool. I guess
I didn't see the last part. They keep CNN on the air too. All right. Well, I mean, Time Warner is an awful company in general, but yeah, I'm going to suggest you don't have the greatest takes in the world. Anyway,
seems like it. Whatever. Seems like it. Bye now. Video package of Outrunners are here as they are the unofficial mascots for the Omaha, Nebraska Mavericks, as footage of them amping up the team before their March Madness game against St. John's tonight. So there we go. Nice little thing for Omaha, and I'm still using their Sports Center fame for something, I guess.
Yes. Try to get them somewhere. Damn, this thing's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
They missed the boat. We knew the time when they were the most over. It was right after that tag team casino gauntlet where they got the biggest pop of any team. That was in September of last year.
You gotta do it when you do it, which is why Jay won the Rumble.
Yeah. That's why Zack Ryder should have won in 2012. We're told that next we got Jon Moxley versus Cope in a street fight for the AEW World Championship. But before that, we get footage of last week with MVP and MJF's in-ring segment, ending in MVP's offer to MJF to accept his to join the Hurt Syndicate. We go backstage to MJF, who is holding the business card and says that many are placing their bets on who will be the next AEW World Champion. Some think that is Darby Allin, who MJF says that he beat twice with a side headlock and could be dead on a mountain right now. Jesus. Some think that it's Will Ospreay, who MJF reminds us that he beat for the International Championship last year. He says some think that it could be Hangman Adam Page, but says that there's only one thoroughbred to put your chips on, and you're looking at him. Right. He looks at the business card, and it's gotten him thinking. The title is held by Dictator John, who has an army surrounding him. So maybe he needs his own clique to get the job done and regain his Triple B. So the devil can get his due, part 2. But the last time he trusted someone, he got burned pretty bad. So MVP will have to wait till next week for his answer. MJF says in the meantime, the time for daddy crying over spilled milk is over. And it's about time he pops some champagne. Kisses his ring, and that's the end of that. Good promo by MJF, but what do you expect? It's MJF. He's always giving us good promos, and it sets up an interesting segment for next week where we get the answer to MVP's offer. What do you think it's going to be, and what did you think about this promo here?
Boy, energy's not the same. This could have been a fucking email. These wrestling companies are way too comfortable doing this shit. Hey,
at least he didn't have to make a whole entrance and then cut the promo. At least it was backstage 1 minute.
Right. Sure. This could have been an email. I don't need any of this. I don't like these wrestling companies telling me that. I know you're watching now. I know you took time out of your day to watch our product. If you could do that again next week, that'd be great. No, it would not be great. You should have given me something this week or fucked off. I don't like being told something interesting is happening later. That's not why I watch things. I watch things because things that are interesting should be happening right now. Whatever. Good Lord. So bothered.
You got some people, Brandon James saying MJF bringing Hammerstone to AEW. That'll be interesting. We got Power Driver Finisher says, not going to lie, Hurt Business ain't done much as a team. Mostly MVP been carrying that team. Yeah, it's been MVP promos.
It's been bad. I'm annoyed. What happened to Cage and fucking what's-his-face? Archer.
They dropped that in the lead up to Revolution. I don't know why, but they did. That would have been much better. That would have been much better.
Well, certainly. We couldn't have done that on TV. Couldn't have done that last week or next week or at some point. Whatever.
Agreed. Next up, we get our AEW World Championship matchup, a street fight between Jon Moxley and Cope. We start outside with Jon Moxley's entrance in the code of Omaha, Nebraska. He's walking outside of the arena, but he was met by Cope, who attacked him from behind. They start brawling into a loading truck, which gave me weird vibes like Edge versus Randy Orton from WrestleMania 36. Scary. Cope then smacked the guitar against Moxley's leg before drop kicking him out of the truck and into the garage door. Moxley recovered and smashed Cope against the door before grabbing the briefcase, presumably holding the AEW World Championship, and cracked Cope in the head with it. They brawl into the arena as Cope decked Mox with a microphone before blasting him with a trash can and hitting a snapmare onto the floor. Moxley battled back with a rear naked choke before slamming Cope's head into the LED boards around the ring. Moxley pulled out a kendo stick and wore out Cope with it. Both spilled into the crowd once again as Moxley trash talked the fans, allowing Cope a chance to get back into this. Things went back to ringside, clearing off the announce table. We get a brief delay, allowed Moxley to recover. He drops Cope with a paradigm shift on the solid oak table that doesn't break. Doctors tend to Cope as we go to commercial break. When things are returned, Moxley had set up a table ringside and was laying into Cope with chair shots. We see backstage that Prince Nana was shown watching the matchup, of course, scouting for Swerve Strickland, who didn't make it to Omaha due to the attack by Moxley on Collision. Moxley then started choking Cope with the legs of the chair. Moxley wanted to Pillmanize his neck as he went up to the top rope, but Cope recovered and chucked the chair right at Moxley's face and joined him in the corner, raking his back and then hitting a superplex. We get a forearm battle between the two men as Cope delivered a series of lariats and then a flapjack. He then goes under the ring to reveal Spike, the nail-covered board, and here we go. Things is about to get gruesome. Cope rolled into the ring and was immediately dropped with a Moxley cutter. Moxley slid another table into the ring, but in the time taking it to set it up, Cope grabbed Spike and hit him in the ribs and the back with it. He then picks him up. He delivers a suplex onto Spike, and it was literally stuck in this man's back. Oh my God, I cringed. I sold that shit myself. I was like, holy shit. The fans at this point are losing their minds. This is totally gnarly. Something like, I think this is probably the sickest bump in AEW history. Moxley sits up and stands up with the spikes sticking in his back. Wheeler Yuta hits the ring. He takes out Cope with a Psycho knee. Then Yuta tries to help, quote unquote, help Moxley by trying to pull the spikes out of his back, but it initially wouldn't come out, which was even more sicker than the bump. Referee Paul Turner finally got it free after freaking his skin was peeled and bleeding from the spikes. Moxley has to freaking recover in the corner for a minute after this one. Yuta tries to go after Cope on the outside, but he hits a pop-up powerbomb through the table that was set up. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. They make their returns, attacking Cope. They look to deliver a concerto when FTR come out to finally have Cope's back after several weeks of them being away. They sprint out. Cash Wheeler basically wipes out Claudio with a dive where he goes head first into the table, into the commentary table. Dax plants Moxley with a power driver before tackling Pac to the outside. Moxley and Cope remained as they slowly rose to their feet, and Cope spears Moxley through the table set up in the corner. Cope then goes for a cover when Marina Shafir returns and broke up the count. This brings out Willow Nightingale in a beautiful light blue sweater. At this point, Jimmy is ready to jack off himself. Speaking of which, Willow wipes out Shafir with a clothesline. She then delivers a cannonball off the apron to the floor. Out of nowhere, Kip Sabian runs in. He eats a spear from Cope, but that distraction allows Nick Wayne to fly in. He hits the Wayne's World on Cope as Moxley made the cover, but Cope was able to kick out. Moxley then locks on the Bulldog choke. Cope passes out in the choke, and the referee calls for the bell as Jon Moxley once again defeats Cope to retain the AEW World Championship. We see Mother Wayne looking on with Sabian and Nick as they watch as the patriarchy has done the bidding of Christian Cage and made sure that Cope did not win the AEW World Championship. The Death Riders gather up and bail through the crowd, flipping the fans off, with Prince Nana shown making a phone call in the back, of course, to Swerve Strickland. Post-match, you get Willow and Cash Wheeler attending to Cope, but we see a frustrated Dax Hardwood standing on. Cope tries to reach out to Dax to help him up, but Dax didn't return the offer, and he walks out on Cope. Cash Wheeler went to ask his tag team partner what was up, but Dax violently pushes his partner away and walks to the back. So it seems that they are further pushing this Dax Hardwood FTR heel turn that's been going on Collision. Cash Wheeler comes back into the ring and he helps Cope up. He gives him a hug before walking to the back to see what's going on with Dax. Then we see Willow giving Cope the ring as the fans gave him a loud ovation for a much better showing than they had at Revolution here. But it is all set. We now know who will defend the AEW World Championship coming up at AEW Dynasty from Philadelphia. It will be Jon Moxley defending against Swerve Strickland on Sunday, April 6th at the next pay-per-view. I thought this street fight was wild. It was crazy. It's got one of the sickest spots you will see in an AEW ring. This was significantly better than their pedestrian Revolution main event. What did you think?
Wow. I thought this was a pedestrian street fight outside of one spot. I ain't going to hold you. It's a boring slog of a brawl early, and then it turns into a bloodline match with that ridiculous spike spot in the middle. I was not a fan. I cannot tell a lie. There was Willow, which automatically adds a star and a half. But other than that, I can't give it to you. I don't particularly care about what's going on with Dax. I haven't cared about FTR in a very long time. Though I hear they're doing interesting things on Collision. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're done with this chapter of Edge and Moxley. Now we gotta get through this chapter of Moxley and Swerve, and then get through the chapter of Moxley and whoever the fuck. And then we finally get to Moxley and Darby, and all will be right with the world.
I hope it's just put the title on Swerve, please.
Why?
Be done with it. Be done with this. We're done. We're done with the Death Riders. We're over this.
Oh, no.
You've been done with this 3 weeks in. So why are you trying to fight against this?
Because you're fixing a problem, but you're setting yourself up for more problems. I don't want to do that. How is
Swerve having the title a problem?
He has nothing interesting to do or say in the second title reign. No disrespect. This is not even because he's a coon. This is general character stuff. He has nothing interesting to do or say. He wouldn't be in my top 7 to take the belt off Moxley. I'd go Omega, MJF, Ospreay, Jay White. Ready? Let me show you how this is not hate. I'd do Kyle Fletcher before I did Swerve.
Oh my God, this is outrageous. That's outrageous. Your hatred of Swerve has gone too far.
I don't hate Swerve. I think Swerve's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. But it is what it is. Sorry.
No, Alexander, you're thinking of their Backlash match, which was dubbed the greatest wrestling match ever. The WrestleMania one was when they gave us a tour of the Performance Center for like 36 minutes. Oh, thank you. You made me coffee? Thank you. Let's see the coffee kernels in there. We got we got Alexander also saying, or Renee said, "Damn it, Mox, you said you weren't gonna do this backyard wrestling. You want to say hi to Jimmy?" Hi, Jimmy. She said, "Hi, Jimmy."
All right.
Hi, Jimmy. We got Annika who said, I kept shouting, stop, Yuta, you're not a doctor. Loved it. I loved every minute of this. I was entertained, at least out of the two of us. We got Alexander who says, Cash wearing the rated FTR shirt and Dax was just wearing an FTR shirt. Was a nice visual. It was kind of foreshadowing for what we were going to get in the post-match. I think that we're leading to an FTR heel turn. They've been teasing this heel turn in their current rivalry with Undisputed Kingdom. They didn't give them a handshake when the Undisputed Kingdom beat them like 3 weeks ago. And then when they beat them on this past Saturday's Collision, they once again didn't shake their hands again. So I think that we're leading to FTR being where they need to be as heels.
Oh, they can say at home, which is where they need to be. Give us a fucking break. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, if they have to be on TV, he should be heels. This face run has run its course. Probably 6 months, a year ago.
We got a super chat donation from our good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We always appreciate the support.
Fuck you. Bye.
Cope says, Will Chisholm says, Cope didn't want to take a pin, LOL. Did we really have to give him a standing O, LOL? A real glory hound, LOL. Yeah, he still is not taking any clean pins in his entire comeback to 2020. Through two different promotions, he still has not taken a clean pin.
While I blame CM Punk for the Jack Perry's fucking surge we got ever long ago, I blame Triple H for this one. I'll never forget however many years ago, 10 maybe, a long time ago. Edge wasn't even in the company anymore. Triple H shat on him. He shat on Jericho, I think, and RVD. I forget. It was like 3 people for no good reason, like the B+ players. And I was like, what the fuck? And Edge has never forgotten. And here we are, making sure everybody knows I'm an A+ guy. You're not. You're not, though. Sorry. H was right. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Only thing is he's in that category too. No disrespect. You know I love you, sir. You know I love you. You know I love you.
Triple H. I love that it was Triple H that said it was calling somebody a B+ player. Nigga, you a B+ player.
I love you, sir.
He's a B+ player that's gotten too many pins over A+ players.
His knee or whatever, his quad. What do you want? He's working with one leg. I got your back. See, I got your back.
See, you had to get his back. Fucking Triple H merchant. We got an Ace who says this match was way better than the AEW Revolution match. He also says we need to see the world title again. Yes, this is where I'm at. Nutty's with me. He's like, Swerve is the earliest we see the belt again. I'm not. Maybe there are people. Maybe there are people.
Oh, maybe go to the comment. He's right there. He'll tell you. Go right there. It's 2 down. Go ahead. He'll say what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Project Finisher says, I agree with Jimmy because there's a bunch of other folks that should be poised to challenge for that title. Yeah, they should, but we need to get the title off of Moxley. We can worry about that after. Just get the title off of Moxley as soon as possible. As soon as humanly possible. If you want to do the match next week, I'm fine with that. Do the match next week and just take the title off. Take the title off.
And then you could lose the next week to Jay White or MJF or Omega or Ospreay or Lashley or Takeshita or anybody more interesting than a second Swerve reign where he's playing the same character he played. When was his last reign?
Last year.
Same. Nothing changed. Same guy. Sorry.
Nothing changed about MJF.
And it's not like it's gonna be a financial boon. It was financially awful last time. What are we doing? So is Dragons, but that's different. It's Dragon.
So is Moxley. What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you put it on one of your stars, Omega or MJF, or somebody interesting? That's all I'm saying. No disrespect.
It's very disrespectful, actually. All the disrespect. I'm saying no disrespect. What are we doing? But We get a footage of the learning tree laying out Bandito and Gravity at Revolution 0 Hour was shown. Then we get Bandito was backstage with Renee Paquette, who said that he says that wrestling runs through his veins. He understands the dangers, but what Jericho did to his family, humiliating them, is something that he'll never forgive Chris Jericho for. Bandito says on Collision he hopes Jericho shows up and gives him his brother's mask back. Johnny TV then struts in and says that who cares, as Bandito isn't ratings, but wrestling Johnny on Slam Dunk Sunday Collision would do more ratings than the Super Bowl. No, it won't. Bandito does accept, though, and it is official for Slam Dunk Sunday AEW Collision. Johnny TV will face Bandito. I expect Bandito to pick up the win, and I expect Bandito to finally be the person who dethrones Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Oh yeah, for real?
Because why would you continue the rivalry after Jericho beat him clean unless you're gonna actually put the title on him?
I can't care to come up with a secondary explanation. It's Bandito and Chris Jericho. I'm sorry. Just don't. What are we doing? This always TV thing is not happening. Can we put a bullet in this fucking thing, please? We have to keep doing this. Why are we trying so very hard to continue making this happen? They said no. How many times are they gonna say no? I got a picture of Tony Khan's face up at their office. Whatever TV station keeps going to. Don't let this customer in. Please don't let this customer in. Leave me alone.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what an honor ring is. Leave me alone.
Annika, it's because of the NCAA tournament. It's the opening weekend, so they're trying to do like synergy with them because they usually pop a bigger rating when they have a sports lead-in. So they get to pop more than one rating.
Why that is? I know why it pops a rating, but why you would go out of your way to get it if it doesn't translate to new viewers?
Well, it has. It has because like I told you earlier this week, they are up in the ratings, which was at the ground level, but they're up in the ratings this year in comparison to last year.
Yeah, but it's artificial.
Not all of it is artificial. Some people have stuck around.
How? You're down how many percent from last year? You're down 20% from last year this time.
But it's up 20% from the end of last year.
That's not how that works.
The winter of 2024 was down like 40% from the spring of 2024. So they're up 20%.
Oh boy. That's how he got his new deal. Tony Khan spit that mask out. They were like, you know what? Yeah. All right, here's $500 million.
You know what? You make good points. It's like I didn't think they was like, you know what? We didn't think of it that way. You make good points.
Here's some money.
Here's some more money. We got another super chat donation from our boy Will Chisholm. Will Chisholm got paid this week. Give it up for Will. Thank you so much, Will. We always appreciate your support.
Weapon in hand, too. And Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Hangman's going to come out here.
Will says Cope haven't been the same since he got stacked by Roman and he beat Malachi with one leg. Man had to go back to WWE after that. LOL.
Jesus. Yeah, it's been over for Edge for a while. I don't know why we continue to do this outside of Tony Khan is a big nostalgia guy.
But he was better. He was better when you had him in the TNT title scene and the Christian program. Christian program is probably one of my favorite rivalries over like the last 3 years of AEW.
Oh, it opened up very strong. Go Fuck Yourself is brilliant. And then Yeah, it had some really good matches, some really good segments. And then I don't know what happened. Oh, it ended. It ended and it was good.
Yeah, it ended. It ended. It was a very good program.
And now here we
Now
are.
now it seems like they're restarting it.
Why?
Hopefully though they're restarting it because Tony Khan is watching old AEWrambles from 2023 where we suggested that the program ends with Cope joining the patriarchy and becoming Uncle Cope.
Oh, that could be fun. I doubt that. I doubt
because that's probably like the only thing left for Cope to do is to do the tag team reunion run with Christian, and they should do it as heels, in my opinion.
Will he turn heel if the patriarchy turns on Christian? I think they'd be baby faces, would they not?
Yeah, probably.
Ill.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Christian being a baby face.
Genius.
This man told a son that his biological father died in front of his mother's face.
And made it sound like it was the guy who died's fault, which is hilarious.
He's a cow. He called him a coward for dying.
I need more Christian in my life. Please.
Absolutely. Next up, we get Will Ospreay in action. Ospreay going one-on-one with AR Fox. We got a nice little opening sequence between the both men as they block cutter attempts into a stalemate. Ospreay is, of course, still selling the effects of his cage match from Revolution. He's got a taped up ribs in this one. We get a leg sweep on the apron by AR Fox, who hit an up and down double foot stomp to the ribs of Ospreay, looking for a brain buster, but Ospreay countered into a stun dog. Fox went outside as Ospreay flew out with the slingshot dive as things went to commercial break. During the commercial break, Fox was able to regain control, hitting a nice over the ropes Undertaker no hands dive to the outside onto Ospreay. He was in full control when we come back from commercial break as they picked up the speed a little bit. Ospreay hits a standing Spanish fly for a near fall. We get a hook kick by Ospreay, but when he goes for the hidden blade, Fox is able to duck and hits a short cutter and then follows up with the haluva kick in the corner. Ospreay managed to get the cheeky Nando's kick, but took too long to follow up, leading to Fox hitting the low main pain, the springboard Spanish fly off the top rope. He springs to the top rope and goes for a 450 splash, but Ospreay is able to move out the way. Ospreay then responds with clobbering AR Fox with the hidden blade right to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3. Will Ospreay picks up the win here. This only showed about like 5 minutes of this like 7.5 minute matchup, but it was good while it lasted. It was weird to see a Will Ospreay match where half of the matchup was during commercial break for y'all. I watched the fight feed, so I saw the whole match. It was good. What did you think here?
Good. Flippy. AR Fox is very talented, even though my friend here doesn't think so. I enjoy AR Fox. And
I think AR Fox is talented.
I remember when I said he can do everything Ricochet can do, you looked at me like I had 3 fucking heads.
Can he do everything Ricochet can do now?
This was before Ricochet talked. We're playing games. We're not going backwards.
He's like, don't judge me for what my opinion was pre Ricochet.
Yes. And to be fair, we don't know. Maybe he's fucking. It looks like he's been through some shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
He got a great promo when he initially turned heel until his visa issues stopped his push.
We can go with that. Let's go with his lying about the visa issues. Didn't help either. Oh, poor bastard. I still think they did you wrong. I don't care how much you lied. It's fucked up. Yeah.
All in the game says AR Fox must be the most highly skilled jobber ever. That's a great way to put it.
We don't know. He'd be fluffing. No, we had this match. What's Ospreay doing after this?
He's seems like his focus is all on the Owen Hart Cup, but we don't know when that's going to start. Usually it doesn't start until like closer to All In, But it really feels like with the amount of people, and we're going to talk about the next person who's also declared for the Owen Hart Cup, it seems like it should start at Dynasty at least, like the first round.
Yeah, please, and thank you.
Yeah,
no need to.
I think they should expand the field though, because usually the Owen Hart Cup is an 8-person tournament. If it should be like 16.
Why?
Because there's enough people. There's enough main event and upper mid card people that you can put in a tournament.
No, this is like when they expanded the NCAA tournament. It's gotten worse. Stinks.
Okay, so you got Ospreay, Hangman Adam Page, Switchblade Jay White, MJF.
MJF shouldn't be in this tournament. 16 people. MJF should not want to take part in a 16-man tournament. No, thank you.
Okay, it's a 15-man tournament, and MJF gets a bye.
3 buys. No way. MJF's out.
Christian Cage. Who else is gunning for the AEW World Championship right now?
We're at 5. You didn't get to 8 yet. And at 4, because MJF shouldn't be in it.
It's 5. Darby Allin, if he makes it off the mountain. Darby Allin. You can name people in the chat. Konosuke Takeshita.
Don't back him up. Don't name anybody.
Konosuke Takeshita. Powerhouse Hobbs. So that's already 8. Kyle Fletcher.
I'll give it to Fletcher. That's 8. Good.
Kyle
That's good. Stop. We're good. That's a perfect tournament. 8
Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh, good.
Ricochet.
It's over. That's over.
Ricochet. Brody King.
World champion. No. This is the winner gets a world title shot, right?
Yes.
No. None of these people. No. No Ricochet. No Speedball. No Brody. Love you, Brody.
This is disrespectful. Disrespectful to Ricochet. All the hard work he's put in.
All rest. He should be a fantastic TNT champion, but I'm gonna
wild card. Josh Alexander.
Oh my God! Come in. Water down this shitty title. I mean, this shitty title.
I'm already at like, what am I at? I'm already at nearly 20. So.
You named Jay White already. You named Jay White already?
Yeah. Switchblade. Switchblade was one of the first people I named. Keep coming with those names in the chat. I need to go on to the next segment. That's the only reason. We get match graphic for the AEW World Title matchup between Jon Moxley and Swerve Strickland, and then we kick it over to Renee Paquette, who's interviewing a person who knows these two men very well, Hangman Adam Page.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Ew.
I knew you were gonna say something about it. Hangman Adam Page. Renee asks, what's his thoughts about Swerve Strickland getting this matchup? And Page said that he said before that he never let Swerve Strickland hold the AEW World Title again, and he's nothing but a man of his word. But after what he's gone through with MJF, he realizes that his focus needs to be on himself. Hangman officially says that he's going to be thinking about himself and his path back to the AEW World Championship. And that's why, since everybody is jumping the gun already, including Will Ospreay, he's officially joining the field for the Owen Hart Cup. And he plans on winning the tournament and going on to become the new AEW World Champion at All In Texas. So 2 big players for the Owen Hart Cup. Do you think that Hangman has a shot of winning this one?
He might have a shot, but he should not win.
I think he does win if Swerve wins the world title. I think he does.
Fucking God. This company's obsession and their fans' obsession with nostalgia, especially nostalgia of things not that long ago, is shocking. Omega and Okada is the biggest. Isn't it? You just saw the fucking thing. Good Lord.
They've never faced for the AEW World Championship. What do you want me to do?
Gives a fuck. We saw the fucking thing. Swerve shouldn't win because there's nothing interesting to say. Hangman shouldn't win because I find his character to be interesting as a perpetual loser, much like Tommy Dreamer or something like this. Like it's him losing is just more interesting. I'm the timeout.
You couldn't even say Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is a good.
That would have been a better one. I'm not comparing him to Tommy Dreamer. Better. I'm saying,
oh my god,
in his spot in AEW is similar to Dreamer's spot in ECW, where he's a main event-ish guy who should lose because the character is more interesting if he fucking loses. It just is. Hangman winning is awful. It's like a happy fucking Tony Soprano. It's weird.
Alexander
had an uproar. Tommy Dreamer. What the fuck? Take it easy. I didn't call him a Nazi. I said Tommy Dreamer. Jesus fucking Christ. I was comparing him to ECW. That's it.
That's not the same thing. We got Alexander looking Napoleon Dynamite with that haircut.
Fucking heinous. What the fuck is that? That's the second reason he shouldn't win. That haircut. Can't put that on a poster. Good Lord.
Annika says this haircut has to be an accident.
Jesus.
He didn't mean it, guys. He didn't mean it. Alexander says, we want Jarrett to continue his world title story and face Mox. Give the AEW fans what they want at All In. Take hey.
I can't justify it. I do like arguing for the sake of arguing. I can't justify that. Yeah.
Jarrett in the Owen Hart Cup. Now we're at 13, guys.
Oh my god. This is a shitty tournament.
We're at 13 already. We get the rundown for AEW Collision, which will be 2 nights. Saturday night, Slam Dunk. Saturday, AEW Collision. We'll see Daniel Garcia defending the TNT Championship against Undisputed Kingdom's Adam Cole, with everyone, including FTR and Undisputed Kingdom, banned from ringside, as well as Shane Taylor Promotions. Also, following up from last week's Collision, we'll have Konosuke Takeshita teaming up with the Murder Machines to verse Powerhouse Hobbs, Mark Briscoe, and Rocky Romero. We'll have the Max Caster Best Wrestler Alive Open Challenge. Always love those. And finally, we get a video package previewing the Julia Hart versus Queen Aminata Part 3 matchup.
What is this?
As these two women are running. What happened?
What did they do to Queen Aminata? The woman is gorgeous. What kind of picture is this? The fuck? This is some bullshit.
I just put up the graphics, sir. They talk about their past meetings and they're 1-1. I think the winner of this matchup should be the person who challenges Mercedes at Dynasty. I'm gonna call that now.
Oh my god, hell.
Then we got Slam Dunk AEW Collision Sunday. With the aforementioned Bandito versus Johnny TV will be on that show, as well as the Deaf Riders, Wheeler Yuta, Pac, and Claudio Castagnoli will defend the AEW World Trios Championships against Top Flight and AR Fox. We'll also have Harley Cameron, the Star, in action. And finally, we'll have the new tag team of Hologram and Commander facing Jalistico and the Beast Mortos in tag team action. That should be a fun match.
Jobber ass lineup. Night 1 significantly bigger than night 2, clearly.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then finally, we had the AEW Dynamite main event as the biggest star on the show. Timeless Tony Storm is here to be on commentary, and that's the real main event, folks. Timeless Tony Storm on commentary, because she reminded us why she is an all-timer when it comes to wrestler as guest commentator, because she had this commentary team in fucking stitches. She had these niggas folding with some of the things she was saying on commentary. She joins the commentary table to a massive ovation from this crowd. She skipped her way to the table, Taz saying, "Skip to my Lou." Excalibur congratulated Storm on her victory in the Hollywood ending at Revolution. As Storm says, she heard Shivani had a Hollywood ending of his own, but he had to pay $45 for it. Taz popped big for that. Then we get our main event matchup: Megan Bayne going one-on-one with Chris Statlander in an unofficial number one contenders matchup. Bayne sent Statlander to the floor in the early going, but Statlander battled back with a moonsault off the apron and then a shotgun dropkick back inside. Storm says Statlander has done this impossible thing and earned her respect. Storm refers to herself as Stormoto Dragon, as Bayne caught Statlander's crossbody attempt, but Statlander got free with a short dropkick for a 1 count. Back elbow out of the corner by Statlander, who followed up with a corner charging knee. She tried again, but Bayne caught her with a big boot and an exploder. Storm said that the thighs of these two women are made for crushing watermelons. As Ford ran distraction on the apron successfully, with Statlander being hit with a back suplex from the apron. Eventually, Penelope Ford is thrown from ringside after she trips Statlander, and the referee sees it, and instead of disqualifying Bayne, she just ejects her. Storm says, "Farewell, sugar tits." Statlander... During the commercial break, Storm says that she's never been scared of a Bayne that she's met in her life because she gets her back broken every day of the week.
What the fuck?
Statlander avoided a pump kick into a powerbomb, spinning sit-out slam for a 2 count. Statlander went for another leaping back elbow, but it led to both ladies trading release German suplexes. Both kept no-selling until a leaping lariat from Bayne sent Statlander to the floor. Bayne connected with a tope suicida, as back inside she hit a Falcon Arrow for a 2. Low bridge to the apron by Statlander, who hit a draping DDT and a somersault senton to the floor. Bayne reversed a whip and launched Statlander into Storm at the commentary table before laying out Storm with the Fates Descent, the F5 on the outside. Bayne then told Storm to watch this as she brought Statlander back inside, lifted her up onto her shoulders, hits the Fates Descent for the 1-2-3 to become officially or unofficially the number one contender for the AEW Women's World Championship. Post-match, we get Bayne celebrating as Toni Storm gets up on the commentary table. She starts taping her fist just like she did against Mariah May at Revolution. She then gets into the ring and she starts having a slugfest with Bayne as security and officials try to separate the two women to little success. Storm clotheslines Bayne over the top rope, with Bayne landing on her feet. I always think that's badass when a heel does that, where they get clotheslined to the outside, but they kind of no-sell it by standing on their feet. Storm then grabs the mic and she says, "Oh God, you are a big bitch." She always says that the bigger they are, the harder they come. So it's time to get tantric. Bayne keeps looking at her title, but not much to say, so she'll make it easy for her. They have a date at Dynasty, and she'll make her thighs shake and her body quake, and she'll leave with this strap on as she is timeless Toni Storm, and she'll rip her tits off. As always, Toni Storm with the best promo on the show. And I thought the matchup with Bayne and Statlander was very good. I thought it was a nice little hoss fight. Statlander once again proving why she's the best female wrestler in AEW in the ring today. But Toni Storm is an absolute star, and she's the best promo in the game for me. So what did you think about Bayne and Statlander and the post-match with Storm and Bayne?
Statlander is one of the two best wrestlers in the world, regardless of gender. It's her and Io Sky. No disrespect to Ospreay or Gunther or Swerve or whoever else you want to put in the conversation. Is what it is. Now, match is great. Great? I don't know, great. Let's go very good. Bayne has been booked very well, I must say. I'm a little concerned about the match at Dynasty. Not that it won't be good, because Bayne is really good. Storm has found her groove for the last year and a half or so. No disrespect to Speedball. Turn his comments off. Woosah. And I fully expect it to be well done. This should not have been the main event. As great as they were, and as good as Tony Storm was on commentary, that awful match should have been the main event. But it is what it is. I thought it was well done. Tony Storm, to me, after last week, she's kind of hit a new plateau for me. I'm not sure if you might remember this. You're a Rock guy. There was a time when The Rock had a promo backstage. This is 99. He saves Foley from the ministry, and he's talking about his Shang Tung watch. And it was the first time I remember going, oh. He was always funny, but like now he's entered in a different stratosphere. That's how I felt about Tony Storm last week. I went, okay. She's found a different groove. She's elevated. And I think she's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Overall. In totality. She's fantastic.
Mic work, character work, and in the ring, yeah. I think that she's probably like top 5, regardless of gender.
Yeah, she's great.
It's like anything she does, it's gold. It's like the CM Punk pipe bomb promo. In the ring, on the mic, even at commentary. I'm the best in the world. Ooh. That's where Tony Storm is at.
Yeah, and it's all character stuff. It's charmingly good.
Yeah. And she's able to pull it all together in the ring as well, with what you saw with the Hollywood ending. And I like the start to this Megan Bayne feud. I think if they do what I think they're gonna do with her barely surviving Bayne at Dynasty, you could continue the rivalry after that. It can be kind of like how they did Umaga versus Cena, where Cena barely survived the match at New Year's Revolution, and then you do a stip match at the next pay-per-view.
I do like that. I would have. It's very true. I would have Tony Storm win the match, like you said, barely survive, and then on Wednesday I would have Bayne be completely fresh, while Storm is fucked up.
So basically, like the ending of WrestleMania 27, Triple H and Undertaker.
That works.
Triple H walks out and Undertaker gets stretchered out, but Undertaker won.
Yeah, Tony Storm to me is the best. I can't say she's the biggest. You know what? Maybe at this point, maybe I've seen nothing that says outside of GP, outside of her history, that says Banks is the biggest star than Tony Storm is right now. Nothing that suggests that.
Yeah. I agree. And I would say the only kind of female star that's more over than Tony Storm is Rhea Ripley, but they're kind of getting Rhea Ripley's character not exactly right for me. They're making her too whiny right now.
Oh, so what? Good. I want a whiny Rhea Ripley.
I don't like whiny Rhea. I don't like that. I want her to be a badass.
I'm here for her. She's been a badass for how long now? Got to change pace a little bit. I like it. And plus, it gives Bianca a chance to mock her. Bianca, by the way, somebody else who's overall out of this fucking world.
I think the character work is going to hit a new level when they finally turn her heel.
What did she say? What the fuck did Bianca say? That had me cracking up on Raw. She said something. That don't sound crazy to you?
Yes.
That's cool. My aunt.
I love the look with the glasses. That look was great. That look was great. Yeah. So we got Alexander in the chat who says, well, Fightful just reported that Athena versus Mercedes could happen at AEW Dynasty.
That's what I get for having faith for half a second in dummy. Absolutely. Good. Sometimes you don't need a reminder. You don't need to get smacked upside the fucking head as a kid every once in a blue. Just smack upside the head as an adult. Oh, it's Texas. She's from Texas. It's a big match. All these bums winning it. Of course it's going to be it all in. What the fuck are you talking about?
Do it in Philadelphia. Do it in Philadelphia. Dynasty.
Who here said it was going to be? It wasn't going to be at All In. One of you said it. Maybe two of you said it. Come get your props.
Yeah.
I apologize. I apologize.
Yeah, King Potate. King Potate said that earlier.
Apologize, sir.
It's probably
You're absolutely right.
Alexander's like, TK better not book that match at Dynasty. Oh man, of course he would. Alexander says, do a Rock versus Brock SummerSlam matchup. Have a Megan squasher? Nah,
What did I just say? I just fucking told you that fucking Tony's hit a new fucking plateau. You don't then squash the Rock. That makes no sense.
No. Yeah, even like Jeremy was saying earlier on in the Weeds that he thinks that Megan Bayne should win at Dynasty. I'm like, no. You don't no. She just had her magnum opus. You gotta ride this pony for a while. Like this is having the title on Tony. It gives us the best chance to finally get the women's main event of a pay-per-view. It's Tony and Mercedes. To keep Mercedes collecting belts and then do the Tony and Mercedes match later this year. That's your first ever women's main event.
No, it isn't. Sorry to break the news to you.
I'm not saying like at All In. I'm talking about like All Out, Full Gear, Wrestle Dream.
Okay. No, it isn't. Thanks for clarifying. So you might ask, what is it going to be? Whatever the men are doing.
So you don't think they're ever going to have women main event or AEW pay-per-view?
Unless they can pull off another Tony and Mariah, I don't see it. Mercedes and Tony will probably be on the same card as Omega and Ospreay, or Omega and Okada, or fucking Darby and Omega, or MJF and Omega, or MJF and Ospreay, something. Sorry, he'll find a reason not to do it. Sorry.
He's like, I would love to do it, but I have this match over here with the men. It's for the AEW World Championship. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's Edge and Christian fucking final, whatever. Oh, dear God, whatever.
Final showdown, Edge and Christian. Come on, guys.
What can I do?
Come for the Four Pillars rematch. Come on, guys. It's MJF, Darby, Jack Perry, and Sammy Guevara. Come on. He's like Cope and Jericho. Come on, guys. Like, it doesn't get any bigger than that. Man. He said, Annika says, I mean, if they didn't do it at All In last year, and Swerve and versus Danielson deserved the main event spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
No question. No question there.
He doesn't get him that way. It is what it is.
It does seem like that. But I think that I just think star power wise, Tony and Mercedes gives us the best chance. So I'm hoping they keep the title on Tony. They keep the titles on Tony and Mercedes until they want to do a title versus title match.
I'm not against title versus title match.
Title versus title and Mercedes being a politician. I think those are our best ways to get a women's main event this year. We shall see. Jimmy, we've made it to the end of another edition of AEWramble. Let us know in the live chat what you thought about this week's show. Give us your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. Out of 10, what did you give this week's show? Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. For me and Jimmy, for the March 19, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give this show?
7.5. Maybe let's go 7.5. I feel like it was a significant improvement over last week, so I'm gonna go for 7.5. I think last week 6.5. I think.
Yeah, I gave it an 8.5. I really liked this.
Jesus.
I thought the in-ring was much better on this show overall. And usually that's what I think was AEW's sweet spot. When Tony doesn't have to do too much and you just focus on the in-ring action, this roster will help him push him along to one of their better episodes. And I thought this was it. So I think I gave it, 6.5, 7 last week. I probably readjusted to a 6.5. It was a thumbs in the middle for me last week. So this was a very stark improvement. Jimmy, what was your match of the night?
It's close between the opener and the main event for me. I'm going to go with the main event. It did not overstay its welcome. It was perfectly paced. Statlander is fantastic. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Mercedes versus Billy. I think it was close between the two women's matches. The two women's matches were probably the best on this show. I really liked the four-way. And like I said, I thought Mox and Cope was much better than Revolution. But like I said, the in-ring was much better on this show in comparison to last week's show. So but I'll give it to Mercedes and Billy because that exceeded my expectations the most out of all the matches on the show. Who was your MVP for the show, Jimmy?
Somebody said Willow, and I'm tempted to go with that. However, you're going to be a little less perverted and go with. I'll go Statlander. You know what? I'll go Tony Storm. Tony Storm crushed it.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. I got to give it to Tony Storm. Tony Storm on commentary, the promo. She heated up her program with Megan Bayne as well. I'll probably give it to all three ladies from the main event. Megan Bayne, Chris Statlander, and Timeless Tony Storm. Just to show us a little bit more love to Bayne and Statlander, even though I didn't give them match of the night. A bunch of different answers. That's how you know it was a good in-ring night, when you have different answers in the chat for match of the night. Who was your LVP for the show, Jimmy?
I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Edge. Cope, we'll say. I'm sorry. I thought he was the lesser of the two performers in the ring. I didn't think the match was very good. And I thought the standing ovation at the end was egregious. So going with Edge.
Man, I tend to stay away from like the anytime fans online give somebody the Hogan last name, they give it to Mercedes Hogan, Becky Hogan, Rhea Hogan. But man, Cope Hogan though. Cope Hogan is very accurate at this point. It's very accurate at this point. This man don't lose clean. This man gets submitted and doesn't tap out. He just passes out. Like, he don't give nothing to nobody. It don't matter if a dude fucking tried to impale himself to make the match better. He don't give him nothing.
Cope is fucking egregious. Is he entering into Jericho territory? It's just like a wrestling thing. Like half of them get fucking cancer, half of them get what the fuck Jericho and Cope have got.
You die a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain, and that's what's happening with Cope.
Oh, by the way, after your list for Sports Illustrated, I'm not plugging. Though I guess I am. He does lists for Sports Illustrated. I realized I've only got 5 or 6 5-star WWE matches ever. And I only got like 20 or so all time. Yes, they should be. That's what 5-star means. So we'll move on.
I only have 5 6-star matches, so don't worry. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. I did submit that last night. I did reveal on In the Weeds, and I will tell you here, Cody and Roman made the list. Cody Roman 2, WrestleMania 40. That's the most recent matchup that's on the list. But yeah, it was a fun one to kind of hear the feedback from Jimmy. Me and Jimmy's list really line up with each other too. I will say. I was like, yeah, damn. I was like, I know I'm doing something right. And when me and Jimmy agree on something, I know I'm doing something right. Or I'm on drugs. It's either one or the other. But yeah, that's going to be dropping probably either tomorrow or over the weekend. It's the 10 best WWE matches of all time. Right now, you can go to si.com. I have my latest list that dropped earlier this week because March 19th, 2000 was the WWE debut of Trish Stratus. So for the 25-year anniversary of her debut, I did the 25 most memorable moments of Trish Stratus' career. So that is on the si.com right now. You can go over and check that out. But Jimmy, the floor is yours. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, what you got going on your channel, and anywhere else.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter and on YouTube. We watch television shows and movies, including Daredevil with SP3, which we have enjoyed thus far.
Very much so. I watch Daredevil at least twice a week now because I do it with Jimmy the first time, and then I rewatch it before Sundays on the True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment channel. We got our reviews of Daredevil Born Again. Monday, we got our reviews of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan with me and Chrissy Love. So go over to True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers for that channel, so would appreciate it. And Oh Nutty, by the way, this is how it goes. On this day, I see clearly. I was standing next to a mountain. I chopped it down with the edge of my hand. You got to mix the two songs together. That's the key. We got. Oh, Nutty, why are you hating? Why are you hating? That last episode was not filler. Not filler. We had the best scene of the show so far. That's disrespectful. Disrespectful to Frank Castle. Won't allow that. I won't allow that. But yes, go over and follow me over at True Hill SP3. You can follow the game, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat, patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content, the best way to support us when we are not live here. I will be back live tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time with Sanal and Jay News to review this morning's NJPW New Japan Cup 2025 final. And yes, the boss dog, David Finlay, is your cup winner. So we'll talk all about that final matchup with Shota Umino. So be on the lookout for that. But for Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom.
Pickle. It's my dragon impression. Pickle.
Some people can improve. Some people can improve, and you change their perspective. You change their perspective. But this has been AEWramble episode 190, Spiked, for the March 19th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.